Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to explain about the settings in reference to the Salesforce. As you know, Salesforce is a CRM application which is excessively used to manage customer relationships and all everything. So in this context, being a Salesforce persons, one should be in a position to know what exactly Salesforce is all about. At the same time, when we talk about Salesforce and all everything, so this is what generally the settings are all about. So when we talk about the Salesforce, so being we are into business analysis background, so wherein whenever we wants to work as a business analyst, it is always better for us to know about some kind of basic settings which are required for Salesforce, which is especially important. The people who are attending in the session now should understand about the importance of Salesforce business analyst in the context of the setups as well as the settings, all that. So this is what generally the settings, what is that we do. Here we can see there is an option called setup, wherein we need to go for settings here. So some sort of Salesforce administrative experience is something essentially important for any business analyst to perform, which is essentially important and which must be known to a business analyst well in advance. So the major thing is about objects and fields, means whatever the kind of objects do we require to create. So those objects and fields has to be created. That has to be identified by the business analyst in the field of Salesforce. At the same time, if you want to create any kind of user interface links and all everything, here you can see there is an option called custom tables. So wherein we have to click on this custom tables, where we have whatever the kind of tables to be created. All these custom tables can be created here accordingly. So here you can see there are all the custom tables where if you want to create a new custom table, click on that. We need to write down the short description as, for example, customer, right? So this is what the short description I have given here, right? So category comes under retail, right? So this is what the category am I giving. So we need to provide a value. Please do remember, right? So unless until if you are not providing any value and all everything, so this data won't be existing, right? So that is what generally we need to provide. So I have given a data called 12, right? So you can see here, there is a data which was created as 12. So this is how generally this creation of this custom labels and all everything is what we have to create. And this is how generally the custom labels can be created. Here you can see custom labels, right? So if you want to create, you can see there is one custom label which was created by me. And next, one more custom label I'm creating, customer at the same time, admin, right? I'm just selecting a short admin as admin. Category comes under retail itself. Value I'm giving is 34. Okay, save and new. If you are clicking on save and new, automatically it will be saved and we can create one more. So it will ask you one more. So for example, data input, right? So this is what one more custom label I have taken. So retail is what I have taken here, wherein I'm giving a value as 54. Next one more is sales lead, right? That is what I have taken. Category is retail. I am taking a value of 57, right? So this is what it was, and clicking on save. So you can see here, this is how generally the custom labels, whatever the required custom labels you can see. So the required custom labels and all everything is created. So being a business analyst, whenever we are working on Salesforce, especially in reference to the setups and all everything, this is how generally these custom labels and all everything has to be created, so that people will understand much better. So whatever the labels to be created and all everything is, this is how usually being a BA we have to perform and we have to do it accordingly. So this is what generally we have to see, right? This is how usually the custom tables, all that, right? Whatever the related custom tables, right? So all these you can see, this is all right. So I have created one custom table as admin, one as customer, one is that is data entry, and second is sales page. In reference to the categories I have selected the description of it. I have given a value followed by the kind of language it is being involved in, right? So this is how generally this custom tables and all everything will be created. So apart from that, if you want to create any kind of density settings and all everything in reference to the menu displays, all that. So this density settings and all can also be done, but that is not something usually required. So that is not something which normally it is needed. Followed by this, there is something relating to path settings here. That is something important because usually these are the path settings whenever we want to execute any kind of program. Means whenever you are creating any kind of programs, if you want to do any kind of path settings and all of it, usually technical team will do. Underline this point because people who are working on the technical environment, whoever is working on development environment, by preparing coding, all that. So these people must ensure to create path settings because even something like full stop of comma or something was missed, automatically the program will not get executed. That's how coding is. Because coding, why coding is, I don't say it is difficult. Why coding is uh, particular is like if there is any comma or full stop, if you miss, automatically the code won't get displayed. So the basics and as well as standard settings is something essentially important when we are working on path settings on that. So if you want to create any kind of path settings here, we can create a new path settings. There were some settings which was there, right? Some settings were there already. So if you want to create any kind of new path settings or something, with the help of technical team, usually we do that because in connect to the what we called in connect to the technical team and all everything, this information we have to give. So path settings has to be given here. It's a path settings called deploy, right? So that is what. So the reference name is called deploy. We need to choose an object. So what kind of object is this and all everything, this is what we have to select in reference to the object, in reference to the deployment itself is concerned. So wherein I am just selecting account, right? So I'm just selecting record type master, account source, pick the list, wherein I'm just clicking on save. So here we need to update the details. So what is that we have selected is what it was. Now here we need to select the details. Whatever the details required and all everything is what we have to select. So we need to add and update the details, whatever the account details, right? Account number, all this you can see, right? So all that information you can see. Yeah, so this information, billing address, parent account details, all that. And so once it is completed, you have to click on save. So once it is clicking on save, automatically that will be saved. So next, if you want to create any kind of custom fields or something like, or if you want to create any kind of employee reference or something relating to the Google AdWords, because even Google AdWords and all everything. So at the same time, or is there anything relating to something relating to advertisements? All these things can be seen here, right? So you activate your path to enable creations. Whenever you are activating that, the key fields guidance appear in the Kanban on the same objects, all that stuff. So wherein I am enabling these two, enable creations, all that. I'm enabling, you can see this is something relating to advertisement I have taken. So advertisement, customer events, employee reference, all that. I've just selected as advertisement. Clicking on advertisement, I have to click it. Next, Google AdWords. I've selected even. Next, rate show, right? Something simply I have taken 3. Now, this is what generally the path settings was. So here you can see deployment is what earlier it was not there. Okay, do remember this. Earlier it was not there. So deployment is what generally the path setting is what we have created. So this is how generally this path settings and all everything is to be created by usually by the business analyst team, because as far as the administrative experience of BA itself is concerned, so these sort of path settings and all everything should also be created. Now, if you want to create one more path, again, we have to click on new path and we have to create new path according to our requirements on that. Okay? This is known, right? So this is what I have discussed with you. So this is how generally this path settings has to be created in the setup path. Whenever we are going for setup and all everything. So this is how generally this path settings and all everything is what we have to create. So this is how generally this some sort of administrative experience in reference to the user interfaces or something relating to the custom labels, right? At the same time, if you want to create any kind of custom tags, right? So custom labels is what we have created in this session. At the same time, even we have created about the path settings, how to create path settings and all that. At the same time, there is an option called quick set settings, right? If you want to create any quick set settings and all everything, that we have to enable it, right? So because I'm sharing this organizer quick settings and clicking, right? So quick settings are saved. So these are the settings which normally we have to do. So unless until if you are not doing, it is not something essentially important. So once we have, whenever we want to work on, Salesforce developers wants to work on the front end activity, there are some administrative experiences wherein integrations are something relating to environments, right? So custom codes, user interfaces, at the same time, custom fields, how to create path settings. So this is what generally being a business analyst, one should have an experience in reference to the Salesforce being is all. The remaining relating to the next part about lightning and as well as app menus, all that stuff that we are going to discuss in the next session. Okay, we'll meet.